What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining us right here on Outside the Brand. This is episode 266 for your October 22nd, 2022. I'm your host, Phil, and of course, this is Outside the Brand. Thank you so much for joining us right here on your Saturday. Yeah, it's Saturday nights, wherever you may be. It's kind of weird having these premium live events still on Saturdays now, um, even if it is NXT. Guys, NXT Halloween Havoc was tonight. There was, a lot of hype heading into the show. It looked like a really good card on paper. Just, an overall real good vibe and feel for this show. How'd you guys feel about the show overall as we were heading into it? The build up, how'd you feel about the build up? How'd you feel about the overall card heading into the show? And how'd you feel about the show just overall in the grand scheme of things now that it's been over for a little while now and we've had a chance to digest and process it all?
I'll say this. My favorite build was definitely Roxanne and Cora Jade because I love both of them from the jump when they came in as Team 2001 and then the whole heel turn, which a lot of us thought were too soon, which I also did. So I love their whole build. Bron Breakker, I feel like you can throw him in any feud and he'll make it work because let's be honest, it'll be completely random. Him, Janie McDonah, and then, why am I blinking? Ilja Dragunov. But those three, from what I saw tonight, that match worked well. Their feud got intense pretty quick, too, especially with these past 2 weeks on NXT. I haven't really been able to catch what's going on, what was going on with Grayson, Waller, and Apollo. I would tune in every now and then to see Apollo with a bleeding eye, Grayson mocking Undertaker. And I'll be honest, I didn't even know it was a casket match tonight. I thought it was going to be a regular match. I knew it was Halloween Havoc. I just forgot they were going to have a gimmick match.
It was a spin the wheel, make a deal, and if I'm not mistaken, Loff, I didn't watch the pre-show. I don't know if you did or not, but did they spin the wheel for that match on that part of the show?
At 7:45, they spun the wheel.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, they spun the wheel for that. So it was always a spin the wheel, make a deal. It's just that we didn't know what type of match it was going to be, and they spun it to get it to the casket. But yeah, I mean, Loff, how'd you feel about the whole overall build of the show heading into this? Because it had a lot of hype heading into it, and it looked like a really good card on paper.
No complaints from me. I kind of wish that they didn't go with the whole cinematic role of Alba winning, or of Alba losing. If you weren't going to push her, if you were gonna have Alba win, I understand doing all that stuff. But for all of it to just act like it never happened because Toxic ended up interfering in the match anyway, I didn't understand the reason for doing all the spooky stuff just for all of it to end out the way that all of her matches end anyway. But except for that, moment of confusion, everything else was cool. I mean, Melo lost, so he can get caught up soon. I definitely expected Bron to lose. I thought Dragunov was going to win, but he's freaking great, so I can't really complain about it. And I will say the ambulance match, it started off a lot quicker than I thought. When it was about to come on, I was kind of not really caring about it, but they did a very good job of making that match work. You know what I'm saying?
That one was probably the one I was least interested in. Not because of the actual wrestlers, but I don't know much about Damon Kemp, to be completely fair with you. And Julius Creed, we knew he was going to win because he can't have one Creed brother without the other.
I will say that was probably the sleeper match of the night.
Yeah.
Because people either knew who was going to win or we don't really care. We're here for the other stuff. But the physicality in it definitely made it worth watching it. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I will say, though, that opening ladder match was one of the best ladder matches I've ever seen.
One of the best ladder matches WWE has ever produced. Period.
Hey, if it doesn't work out for Von Wagner here, the Cowboys might need him with that arm he got.
That was his best performance. I haven't. That was like, if that was my first time seeing Von Wagner, I think I would like him more than my prior knowledge of him.
That's my boy Von Wagner. Yeah.
Like, calm down. Like, he ain't that good.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Put the lotion in the basket.
No,
Yeah.
no, we're not doing
Oh,
that. Yeah, he did a real good job. You know what I'm saying? I'm
He
extremely
actually
happy
did
for
very
Wesley.
well.
Extremely happy for
He
Wesley.
almost hit a fan with a ladder, but I
Yeah.
digress with that.
I was like, yo, he just had to
that shit was
move her.
wild too.
Took her whole head off.
And even the Joseph was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
You almost blasted her in the face. That would have been bad. Sheesh.
I know Barrett, if he was ever there, he would have been like, oh my goodness, that bloody ladder.
You almost got her. You almost got her.
Man, Jesus. Sorry for all the Wade Barrett enthusiasts out there. That was a terrible impression, and I should never do that again. But But guys, we're going to be talking about everything Halloween Havoc tonight. If you guys liked what you heard so far, make sure to hit that like button, turn on the bell for all notifications as you hit that subscribe button down below, as we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, trying to get ever so closely to get there, trying to get there by WrestleMania season. That's what I kind of want to do. I want to get there by WrestleMania season. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. But you know, obviously it's a grind, and we are going to be continuing that grind as much as we possibly can. Not a lot has happened last week on the channel, mainly because it just conflicts going on and everything like that. So I was going to say if you missed anything over the last week of the channel, but there hasn't been much. So take that for what you will. Everything will be back on schedule starting this week when it comes to tomorrow, as I'll be having some news for you guys. Obviously, we all know the whole situation of CM Punk trying to get his AEW is trying to buy out his contract. I got news on that and much more. So stay tuned to tomorrow, as I will have some news on that and much more here on OTB, and then the rest for Monday Night Raw, NXT. Well, not NXT, Tuesday's Talk, I should say, and the rest of the week's programming here on OTB is what you usually get. So come on over and let's get some of that underway. Can you do Akinator as well? We'll see. I was thinking we can possibly do that for Tuesday's Talk again. I think that was absolutely fun, and I want Loff in there again because we did have Jeff Hardy queued up in the Akinator, or like in our thoughts, and we didn't get to him yet because we were kind of just talking with obviously Husky Road. So
Dude, we did the Akinator on the stream we did on mine, I think this past weekend. I'll tell you this, you give that man an inch and he tries to take him out. Every 5 seconds, he's trying to guess Roman Reigns. Oh, is your character Roman? Does your character fight in a Roman Coliseum?
We definitely had some of those questions too, so trust us. It was right there.
Man.
But he was basically right in almost all fronts of everything. It was kind of freaky. I mean, yeah, sure, we did have some kind of people that we knew he was going to know, but like other people that we didn't think was actually going to be possible, he did. So it was kind of weird, but you know, that little fucking genie always he just has to be there. So oh yeah, that famous question right there. If you see Aiden's chat right there in the comments, is your character we got that, and we just fucking died. It was hilarious in there. But yeah, so go check out anything you may have missed, even if it's from weeks ago on the channel. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for all the news and stuff like that. But that being said, TJ, it's great having you here, bro. Do you mind telling the people where the hell they could find you?
Sure. For those who don't know me, my name is TJ Gatsby, aka Discount Montez Ford, your reigning TikTok World Heavyweight Champion, and you can find me on all social media under TJAYGATSBY. And any of those sites, you'll have my little link tree. It'll take you to all my platforms. We stream Twitch, YouTube. I'll figure out TikTok soon. But yeah, go ahead, follow me, follow your boy. I promise you won't regret it. Maybe.
His link for his TikTok would be down in the description for you guys to go follow. Just got to update that, but it will be there. But guys, without further ado, why don't get right into it, right? Let's get right into the show. We kick things off with, like Loft said, one of the best ladder matches that WWE has really ever produced in quite some time. Fatal 5-way ladder match for the vacated NXT North American Championship. Carmelo Hayes taking on Oro Mensah, Wesley, Von Wagner, and Nathan Frazer. First of all, I have to say, Nathan is fucking incredible. I think this guy is incredibly talented, and if it wasn't for Wesley tonight, Nathan Frazer should have been the North American champion. I think he's legitimately prime and ready for a championship already, and he's only been here for like what, maybe 2 months.
I think so.
Yeah. Not long.
This kid is insane.
You gotta remember, he was also trained by Rollins, so as soon as they told me that,
oh, that's right, he did come out of his school.
It makes so much sense.
He wrestled just like Rollins did when he was in the Shield.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially with that speed too.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. Frazer is gonna be a freaking star, man. Wesley, yeah, sure, he kind of got plucked out of MSK due to the whole situation with his tag team partner and Nash Carter, but I gotta say, he held his own as a singles guy.
Yeah.
He did what he was supposed to do. I mean, I was hoping he didn't fall in the cracks, and he found a way to stay relevant. And he's an amazing wrestler. I just think that a lot of people just weren't checking for him as far as like a solo character, and he made me believe in him a lot more than I did when they first broke him up. So, extremely happy for him. Extremely happy for him. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think we all know the capabilities of Carmelo Hayes. I don't think we really need to spend too much. I mean, we could spend a lot of time on him because he's absolutely fantastic.
That's the man.
I think Carmelo is just prime and ready for the main roster at this point. I think he's way past NXT.
It's over. It's time to have him be Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to push that narrative. They're not hearing me, but it's time. Put him on SmackDown. Please don't put him on Raw, for the love of God.
SmackDown's the best place for him.
Whatchamacallit? Hit Row said they're debuting a new member next week, apparently.
Oh, shit.
Let's be honest. It's probably going to be Mello and Trick. It's probably going to be them.
Did they say a new member? All I heard was that they just have like some kind of backup plan.
Their backup plan. Yeah, it's probably them then.
It's probably going to be them still.
To be completely honest, I thought it was just going to be the Street Profits again because they've always been paired up with them. Anytime that Hit Row's been anywhere near like a situation where they're kind of at a disadvantage, Street Profits are always with them.
If you ask me how it should go, first of all, Hurt Business should have never broke up. Because imagine MVP leading a faction of Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander, Trick Williams, and Carmelo Hayes.
That's money right there.
Printing the presses.
Money right there. That is money right there.
And honestly, I think Melo's kind of, above Hit Row. Not gonna lie.
For sure.
I think he's just above that. I don't think he really needs.
It's not even. And it's not even about really him being above. It's just like I think not even him, just like his projection. You know what I'm saying?
The presence that he has.
Yeah.
Alone, just
his debut should be more impactful than just going after it right now. If they do it, it would make sense because you have the whole Melo and Santos feud, which you could just put right there. But at the same time, the only way this works in my head is if Melo is like a one-off member, and then they just let it go. But the way it's going, the feud is going to be an ongoing feud, so it's not going to be a one-time thing. It's like he's either going to be there and stay there. So I really hope Melo's not the person there because, well, I love him and I would love to see him on SmackDown. I definitely think he should start off just him and Trick doing something and just picking off what he was doing at NXT. He doesn't need 8 people around him. He's an amazing freaking competitor already. So
yeah. And plus, there's a ton of other people on that roster for SmackDown that he can get paired up with as his first feud, and he can still kill it. So,
personally, I know we need him on SmackDown, but I want to see him on Raw, and for one reason only. Carmelo Hayes versus Seth freaking Rollins.
That would be a 5-star match.
Yes.
Meltzer would be shitting his pants. He'd be like, I can't like it, but the match was so damn good. Damn it.
Oh my gosh.
I just want this I want these rosters to be even. Like I want these rosters to like actually
SmackDown needs more women.
Yeah.
Because they're women's division. If I see Raquel with one more tag team partner going for the titles one more damn time, I swear to God.
She got a lot of tag team partners. I tell you, she got a lot of friends.
She fell. Honestly, she fell into the Shayna Baszler type role, where she was always just in tag teams, and it sucks.
Shayna?
Shayna's basically dead at this point. I don't know where she's been.
Last time I saw her was before Extreme Rules. It was like 3 weeks before Extreme Rules.
The last time we saw her was when she was in the feud for the Women's Championship.
And Ronda was talking shit about her, saying, "Oh yeah, you don't got what it takes to be a champion." Boy, I would have blasted Ronda backstage in her interview after winning that title. I was like, "We'll see about champions."
How do you guys feel about Oro Mensah?
He's cool.
I haven't heard much about him, but he seems legit.
He's cool. I got no issue. He look like freaking. He look like he can really do something on the main roster too. I just think that. Someone told me he was from NXT UK. I don't watch NXT UK, so I didn't know.
If I even saw an episode of NXT UK, I'd tell you, but I didn't.
Looks cool to me though.
Yeah.
And Von Wagner, I know a ton of people give him a lot of crap, but this man actually killed it tonight. He didn't do that bad.
No, he was in his bag tonight. Besides when he almost decapitated a fan.
Yeah,
that was the down point in
I'm okay. Triple H a heart
tonight.
attack thinking that lawsuit.
All of them.
Well, I don't know about what it is about that setup in the freaking Performance Center still. I don't know why we're still in the PC. After 3 years of being not out of this pandemic, don't get me wrong. We're not out of it yet. But the fact that we're still in the Performance Center years after everything's been, kind of doing their thing, it's ridiculous. It's really the setup that they do in that PC. It's not really all... It looks cool, but is it really practical? I don't think so.
The crowd is very loud, so I give them that. The crowd is always screaming the whole show. So
well, it's NXT. NXT's always had that. No matter what stage.
I'll give them that. It's not like it doesn't sound like there's 70 people in there, but they make it sound like there's more. So, but I definitely think they start moving again because that PC, I'm not feeling it anymore. Every time I see it, I think of 2.0 and it makes me sick to my stomach. So
yeah. And Aiden, he was all over Carter. I don't know him as Oliver Carter. I don't know Oro as Oliver Carter. I really don't. Maybe early career. Yeah, no. Well, yeah, he was on NXT UK. Debuted into Dark. He lost to Cassius. Oh no. Well, yeah, that actually makes sense.
Cassius.
Wait, Cassius Ohno, you don't know who he is?
Cassius Ohno. Oh God! Woof! That took a minute.
Cassius. Okay, no, you kind of scared me for a second. I was like, wait. It's been a while though.
Yeah.
teamed with Ashton Smith.
Who are these people?
I got no idea. Who defeated the Outliers in Dorian Mack and Riddick Moss. Who the fuck are these people?
Riddick who?
Well, Riddick Moss. Riddick Moss.
I'm about to say, were you about to say Riddick Moss?
But who is Dorian Mack? Like who? Okay.
No.
He teamed with Smith and to defeat Pretty Deadly. Insane.
I hate Pretty Deadly.
Yeah, he was an NXT guy.
All right.
But apparently he was a former NXT UK Tag Team Champion, defeating Trent Seven and Tyler Bate. That's freaking crazy.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
Nice. He's good. All
right. Well, there you go. I guess. On September 13, 2022 episode of NXT, the video package reintroduced Carter as Oro Mensah. Debuted following weeks later, defeated Grayson and Waller to qualify for the ladder match. Okay, so obviously this Oro Mensah is pretty fairly new. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been, just a repackage. Chris Hero was a gatekeeper in NXT. I loved Chris Hero. I loved Cassius Ohno in NXT. It was great. I don't even know where the hell he is now, but hope he's doing well at least.
I was gonna say he got released, didn't he?
Yeah, he's not in it. He's not in it WWE anymore. I was gonna say freaking AEW. He's not in AEW. Don't worry. We would have known that. But yeah, this ladder match, it was not bad at all. Honestly, it was actually incredible for what it was. The match lasted about 20 minutes, so they definitely gave it time. And that ending was pretty satisfying. I'm not gonna lie. So, Lee snaps Melo's head on a horizontal ladder, and he slugs it out with Melo on top of it. So they're just punching at each other on the bridge ladder from the second ring rope and a rung of the stand-up ladder that was in the middle of the ring. They were just, throwing hands at each other. Well, it's great. I wouldn't be doing that because if that ladder is bouncing all over the place and it just falls, your leg's broken. So I ain't doing that spot, but good on them for having the kind of courage to do that. With those ropes and those ladders and how unpredictable they can be, it's crazy out there. So, Lee leaps off another ladder and knocks. Okay, so they did the ladder. They were balanced on top of it and everything like that. Gives as West tackles Melo. West climbs over Melo and up a standing ladder and takes the title to win. And we have the new NXT North American champion in Wes Lee. Wes Lee winning the championship. I think it's incredible for him seeing where he came from with MSK and now being a singles champion. What do you think he does from here, though, with this championship? I mean, there's definitely some people to go up against him, especially as the heel side of things, because there's just a ton of talent over there in NXT. But how long do you think this is going to go for him, man? I mean, this is his first real championship, singles championship, I think, because I think he has won NXT tag titles.
Yeah.
But his first major championship, I think you should at least give him a chance, see what at least he can do.
Yeah. I definitely don't want it to be a transitional champion or anything like that, because that would just feel stupid. But there's definitely a bunch of matchups there. Off the top of my head, the man we were talking about earlier, Nathan Frazer. Him and Wes Lee going at it. Hey, do like he's doing with Axiom. Give me a best of series. Best of 7. I could see them two going at it. and having crazy matches.
Yeah.
Sorry, crazy matches. Hell, Jordan Devlin, JD McDonagh, he could even get in on there. And even Ilja Dragunov. Imagine that torpedo hitting Wesley right in the chest.
Dude.
Jesus.
He'd sell it like freaking death. He'd sell it like death,
Oh,
and
I
you
need
would
to
make
see.
a believer
I need to
out
see
of him.
Sammy get hit with it now, just to see that selling. Sammy or Dolph needs to get hit with that shit, or Ricochet. I need Ricochet to come back down. Wesley. Ricochet versus Wesley.
Oh man.
We'll talk about Ilja Dragunov soon enough when we get to that.
Triple H.
Ilja
You know where to
Dragunov,
find me.
Ilja Dragunov's just way past NXT at this point for me.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But how'd you feel, man? I mean, Wesley, having his first singles championship, I think you should at least give this kid a chance to see where he can go with it, because there's a lot of talent that he can go up against.
Yeah, I mean, you have a lot of room to work with Wesley. I think that he is one of the best competitors that they have on the roster. So I do think that he may need like a tiny bit of mic work, just as far as promos go, because Melo and Trick were like putting him in a blender. But thing is, he could back it up very quickly in the ring, so he really didn't need to talk as much. So, I mean, it works. I think his in ring work will speak for itself, and it really won't matter at the end of the day. So, I just hope he gets a really good run, and we get to see some really good TV and pay-per-view matches out of it, because he honestly deserves to have something just for him to establish himself as a superstar. Because they said, I'd even noticed someone on commentary said that this is his first solo championship ever in his whole wrestling career. So I was like, damn. So, I mean, hopefully he gets to make this one last. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know it was ever. I just thought it was NXT. And either way, it's a great accomplishment for him, and I hope that he does get at least a chance that he deserves and gives him like an actual opportunity and proper reign.
Yeah.
So we'll see where it goes. I'm happy for Wes. I started off 1-0 at that point. I either had him or Nathan Frazer winning this thing, but starting off 1-0 with him, I was looking pretty damn good, especially with how great that ladder match was. And like we all were saying before, definitely one of the best ladder matches that WWE has produced in quite some time.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard doing that nowadays, because ladder matches, we've seen them all before, and it feels like just, the stunts that happen in them, it's done. It's done like over and over and over again. So when we get like a great ladder match like this, it's fantastic.
For real.
So then we have Toxic Attraction. They pull up to a haunted area where a zombie butler greets them. See, this right here, I don't know about you guys, but and I understand Halloween Havoc is supposed to be gimmicky, it's supposed to be goofy, it's supposed to be fun. But this kind of just takes me out of things.
You know what it reminded me of? Remember when we watched The New Day and the Escape from the Undertaker?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
That's it.
Yes.
I feel like I was playing that again. I was like, but like a terrible version of it. I was like, it was cool. I only have interest in Gigi Dolan in that group. I don't see any.
Listen, I'm sorry, but Nate's not here. Gigi.
I wish Nate was here, man. But yeah, I mean,
he was at the Bucks game as far as I was aware of. So.
Oh, okay.
Gigi Dolan knows exactly where to meet me. That's all I'll go say.
The NXT parking lot.
That's it.
But
mean, it was
Vince
cool.
McMahon's office.
Or and now I think I know exactly, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. So a haunted butler, like a butler meets them, and they are really like It's just like a really cheesy haunted house type of vibe with this whole entire place, and like the three, they walk around the area looking for Alba Fire. The trio splits up to find Alba, and she ends up taking JC. Gigi finds Chucky and has tea with him. See, this is just this. Yeah, it's just getting weird at this point. Like she's having tea with Chucky. Then Alba attacks Gigi and fights her in the kitchen. I wish I was making this up, guys. I really do. Gigi smashes some plates in her face and hits her with a fridge door. But a demon comes out of the fridge and pulls her inside. Again, I really do wish I was making this up. This just sounds so freaking weird. Alba and Mandy are left, and Alba hits her in the stomach with a baseball bat. Then a masked guy runs in and slides across the ground, and Mandy tries to hit Alba with the bat. A pumpkin-headed guy stops her. Then Alba knocks Mandy out and puts her in their car. Alba then knocks JC and Gigi out, then drive away with Mandy. What? 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 Oh shit! Oh shit! Say it, Nate. Say it. Say it. Say it. Say the name.
I just hopped in. Hold up. I lost my voice yelling at the Bucks today. So
I knew he was at the Bucks game. I knew it.
GG. Yeah,
There you
That
go.
hurt, man. Oh my god.
yeah,
Well, Gigi was having tea with Chucky tonight, so there you go. It was just a weird haunted house like segment before like this whole thing after the ladder match that happened tonight on the show. Yeah. Gigi was having tea with Chucky. JC got pulled into a refrigerator by a demon, and then yeah, I wish I was making this up, Nate.
Yeah, it got weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Mandy got kidnapped by Alba Fire and like her demons in a car before the match tonight. So it's just
Okay.
yeah.
I'm about to say,
It's Halloween Havoc, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch this tomorrow. I was I just stopped in to say what's up. I'm going to sleep. But yeah. What's up, everybody? What's up? You know, so yeah.
You got your daily fix of Gigi, guys. I don't have to do a terrible impression anymore.
I'm about to say Locke could have did it. You know what I'm saying?
I can't do it.
I did it, but it wasn't as good as that one. So
Dang,
yeah.
y'all just hopped on, bro. Y'all on for 33 minutes. I thought y'all would have hopped on like an hour ago.
No.
It took a little while to get some people in here.
Okay.
I forgot to send out the link for like 15 minutes, and I was like, "Where the hell is everybody?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, no! I forgot to send the link to Gatsby."
Yeah, I just clicked on the link because, like I said, I didn't know. I thought y'all was done, but yeah, I'm about to go to sleep. I just got home, so.
Did you win? 2-0.
Oh yeah, we won by like 20.
Damn.
Good shit.
Yeah, Giannis dropped like 44, 45. So
Damn.
yeah.
2-0.
2-0.
2-0. Good.
Yeah.
There you go. We're all doing pretty damn well. Wait, Lop, how are you doing?
We just won our first game tonight, finally. Stupid.
Oh yeah, Caleb Martin. Caleb Martin ain't no joke, bro. I saw that fight.
Yeah. Thought Caleb was a bit. Nah, push you on the ground. You think it's a game?
Yeah, he tackled that man into the crowd.
There was a fight in your game?
Yeah,
it was gonna be a fight
into a crowd, bro.
Oh,
he tackled that man. I'm like, oh snap.
Miami Heat basketball. You thought it was a game?
I thought there was going to be a fight in the Grizzlies game in the last time too. There was some words going on.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was going to be between freaking John the ref. It was going crazy between those two at one point. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Come on. It's all right. You dropped 49 points in that game. I think you're okay.
And the Phillies are one away from the freaking World Series, bro. It's about to be bad down here.
I don't know. I don't know if Josh is up.
You know who else won away from the World Series?
Dude, yes,
Who the
yes. The
Yankees?
Yankees are 0-3 against the freaking Astros, bro.
Oh,
Don't
that
Team everybody
bro,
loves
bro.
to hate.
Are the Astros cheating again?
No,
probably.
See, here's the thing. Everyone loves to bring that up. There are literally only 5 players from that organization that are still with the Astros. The rest of them are on the Yankees, Twins, Orioles, and Blue Jays, and no one wants to bring that up.
Nah.
Literally, no one wants to bring that
But that's
up.
because like
No.
the Yankees are like 17-time world champions, and they don't
No,
care anymore.
here's the thing. Everyone cheats. The Yankees cheat more than everyone else. I'm not
gonna lie, we do.
We just got caught.
We just got caught.
Even baseball players are like, we all do it.
Well,
You
here's
said
the
we
thing.
just got
Here's the
caught.
thing. Here's the thing, TJ. It's not cheating if you don't get caught. So
No.
well, wait a second.
I don't think that's how it's supposed to
we
work.
have to agree with that. As wrestling fans, we have to agree with
I
that.
don't have to do anything.
As wrestling fans and Eddie Guerrero fans, we have to agree with that statement.
Don't bring Eddie to this.
I'm just saying Eddie will be a fan of the Astros. That's all I'm saying. So if you hate the Astros, you hate Eddie Guerrero. Don't argue with me. Argue with your mama.
That's crazy.
Oh man, he just said that, bro. He just said that.
I would have brought Eddie into that situation, but if you ain't
Do not
cheating, you
bring
ain't
Eddie into
trying. That is Eddie Guerrero, bro. Come on now.
That's crazy.
Eddie admitted to cheating.
Well,
It was in his.
I gotta put that on Instagram. Eddie would have been a fan of the Astros. So if you hate the Astros, you hate Eddie Guerrero. I gotta put that on Instagram. Hold on.
That's crazy.
Boy, everybody gonna hate me tomorrow.
It'll be crazy in the morning.
Yep.
Just mad replies.
Why do I got death threats this early?
7 a.m.
It's 7 a.m.
Oh, you get used to it. I got used to that because of Austin Theory. It's all right.
Boy, when I said Bret Hart was mid, my Instagram, boy.
Say it again. Say it louder.
Real quick before I leave, did Austin Theory cash in tonight or no?
No,
No,
sadly
no.
not.
I forgot about that.
And I wanted him to.
About that.
I wanted him to. I was gonna have Axel join the entire call and everything, bro. Like, because he wanted that shit going down. I'm like, bro, that would have been great.
All right, cool. All right, man. I'll let y'all do your review, man. I'll catch y'all. Shoot, I don't even know when. Tuesday. Yeah, I'll catch y'all Tuesday.
All right.
All right, yo.
All right, peace out, chat.
Talk soon, brother.
All right.
Up next, shout out to Nate. Up next, we had the Spin the Wheel, Make a Deal, Weapons, Wild match between Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. Everything about this match kind of had me a little bit up and down, but it was a good match for what it was. Roxanne and Cora, they be looking fine as always, but that's not how this match is judged upon. Did I say that? I didn't.
I said it. All
right,
Roxanne?
I'll blame you for that one.
Yeah, you saw she was dressed as Pennywise.
Yes.
I'll float too. I'll float.
Pennywise, the dancing clown. You want a boat? Back. Georgie.
No, you gotta stop. No.
What is Pennywise? No, but honestly, the attires looked great tonight. Cora Jade, she looked fantastic. Roxanne, she's a beautiful woman. I can't deny that. And this match was good. The one spot I did have a little bit of a issue with, not really much of an issue, but kind of maybe the way it was shot was I guess you can call it a balcony setup. But the thing that they always stand on, like for promos and everything like that. And it was kind of like a Russian leg sweep off that thing through 2 tables. One of them didn't break, mainly because they missed it. And the other one, they did, but they freaking, they folded in half because of it, because they almost missed out one too. it could have ended very badly, and it kind of just looked like they fell off and not really, prepare for the move quite as well as they probably should have. I don't know. Maybe that was just a cold spot for me, but that one, it really could have ended a lot worse than what it did.
Yeah, I mean, I was a bit confused, but I think it still went as good as it's going to be. I don't have an issue with it at all. I think it went as good as it can, as good as it could have gone. I feel like it could have been much worse. So no complaint from me, honestly. Mm.
What you think of the whole match, TJ?
I thought I'll say this. When it comes to extreme matches, I always want them to go to the extremest of extremes. So I thought it could have been a little bit more extreme. Personally, though, I feel like it could have been a little bit more fast paced. I feel like they were timid at times. And this feels like one of those rivalries where it needs to be a fast paced match not in regards, it needs to be a fast paced match rather than one where it's like, we're going to focus on the wrestling aspect and then do some spots. Because this is supposed to be a grudge feud. So it needs to focus on the spots and then incorporate the wrestling into it. But I give it a 7 out of 10.
I'm sorry, guys. I completely missed a fucking match. Apollo's match was after the ladder match. I don't know why I just jumped real quick to Roxanne. Maybe it's that.
That's why.
Yeah.
No shame. No shame.
It's Roxanne.
Apollo understands. He understands.
He probably would, honestly. Apollo and Grayson. That match. This one was probably the low point of the night for me. If it wasn't for if it was the ambulance match, it was an ambulance match on NXT. I didn't really expect too much out of it. But this casket match, it just could have been a lot better. It really could have been. But it's NXT. I really can't. I'm not going to put this in, like the biggest, the best casket matches in all of WWE history because it's NXT. It's kind of just a random ass feud between Grayson Waller and an Undertaker-like version of Apollo Crews. What was really the story heading into all of this? Because I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm still confused about that.
I mean, I think Grayson Waller just started messing with Apollo once he came back, and then I feel like there's a period I just don't know what happened. I know
So you
Grayson,
call your inner Undertaker to take him out?
No, because Grayson blinded him. Grayson blinded Apollo in like their first or their second match. And then Apollo's been doing like this superhero thing ever since he came back. So they just took that.
And that's what I thought he was at first. I thought it was some kind of superhero gimmick.
Yeah, they like pressed the gas on that, and then it just turned into when Apollo drug Grayson Allen out the under the ring, and then Grayson came out and like both his eyes were like bleeding. It was like Grayson did it to him first. He took one of Apollo's eyes out, and then he did it to both his eyes like 2 weeks later, just to make the feud move, I guess. I don't know. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I like the feud just because I know that I don't see it going anywhere. I like the effort that they're putting into it, just as far as not having these major feuds revolve around the championship. But it did its job. I hope the feud ends. I hope the feud is over now.
I was gonna say, is this over now?
If anything, just watch the video package, and it definitely will speed it up for you. But from what I remember, it was just he took out one of my eyes, so I'm gonna take out both of his eyes. Boom! Now we're having a casket match. That's just kind of how it went. So.
It's a great story. This is definitely Bruce Pritchard.
Yeah.
this is not Shawn Michaels. I can't think that this is Shawn Michaels. I just can't.
Sean's doing stuff with this freaking Mandy book, and I tell you that
Well,
he's
we all know this is. If anything, I know Vince is not here anymore, but if anything, Vince is still running the show.
I think this is how you know that Triple H is only in front of like Raw and SmackDown, you know. And I don't expect
It's
him to be
night
running
and day different, bro.
because honestly, and I know why, because I don't expect him to be able to run 3 shows, especially how long Raw is. I don't expect him to be able to just run 3. That's way too much for one person to do. So I mean, at some point, one of the shows is going to suffer. And if I'm being honest, NXT would definitely be the one that I pick to suffer if we're not picking the 2 mainstay shows. Because before it was Triple H only running NXT, so he could put all his energy into that. But now he's doing everything. So either everything is good or you're gonna have like one dark point. And even though NXT is a dark point, it's not bad.
You got great people over there, and you can make it great. It's just, you gotta get out of this comedy shit sometimes. And I think that's kind of what they're still holding on to from NXT 2.0.
They have no choice. They
You have
can't
a
go
choice.
back. How?
You have a choice. You can just not do that.
How
You can
can
not
you just
do
go back?
comedy.
How can you go back to Triple H's booking if he's only running Raw and SmackDown? That's my thing. He can't run all 3.
I know he can,
That's what I'm
but
trying to say. I know we all want that grandeur version of NXT to come back, but one, we can't keep going back to the past because the past is the past. We
it's
gotta
not
leave.
like Shawn Michaels can't do this.
Shawn Michaels is back there anyway. Him and Shawn and Bruce are back there anyway. So this,
I know Shawn and Bruce are back there, but this is not Shawn Michaels.
how you know?
This can't be. This can't be.
How do you know that?
Because I know Shawn from back in the day when he was doing
This
NXT.
isn't back in the day anymore, Phil. That's what I'm saying. You guys. I understand. I understand where you're coming from. Trust me, I do. But I don't want you to be speaking from this perspective of, oh, I want it to be back this way when it's never going to be back that way, and we have to accept that. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be a bad show. It's just you have to leave black and gold where it's at. You're never going to get it back ever. And that's okay. Things have to change. Things have to evolve. Do I like the way they evolve? No. But that's what we have to deal with now. 2.0 got them so much money, and now that's their one show where they can be super duper.
But I thought this
happy
whole
and
orange and white was supposed to be a combination of the two. Like,
there's a lot of things that are supposed to happen, Phil, but that's not how life works sometimes. And listen, it's something we have to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
there's just always that part in my heart that's black and gold, man. And I guess I'll never just.
And that's okay. Peacock is right there.
I'll never get that out of my heart, bro.
So,
I go back
Peacock is
and
right
watch
there.
NXT takeovers all the freaking time, and they say takeovers are coming back, but it won't feel like a takeover to me. It won't.
Now they can try to restore the feeling with the takeovers and all that stuff, but I just think everyone needs to move away from that era of the prime, because it's not the way everything is right now is never going to be what it used to be. And that's one of the things that I think even I fell into the trap when they changed the logo. I thought, oh, they're about to go back to the regular version, but why would they? They didn't lose rate. They didn't lose that much. Of course, there was a bigger like, oh my gosh, this sucks. But at the same time, they still found a way to make megastars out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They found a way to build people like Bron and Melo, and they revitalized Mandy Rose completely.
Yeah.
So why would they go away from that if, from their perspective, it's still successful? Now, if it completely dropped off and no one was watching the show, then okay, maybe let's go back. But from their perspective, it's doing fine. And at the end of the day, like I said, Triple H was running NXT in the black and gold era. You see the fact that he's running Raw and SmackDown. So I don't expect him to run NXT too. At some point, he's gonna have to pass off responsibility to someone else because he's already running a 3-hour show on Monday and a 2-hour show on Friday, which have
Right.
obviously been great, but you can't expect him to run all 3 shows and expect him to still have time to live. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention he's like talent relations and he's all this shit is on Triple H's back, and I don't
He's
want his
talent
back.
relations. He's a father of 3. He's a
Yeah,
husband. The guy has a lot on his plate, and I get that.
he's got
I
lots
do.
going on. So I mean, that's just the one thing I mean. I guess I look at it from a different perspective because I didn't watch NXT in that time period, so I don't have that same connection to it. But at the same time, it's not hard to see when things are never going to be the same. You know what I'm saying? And things
I mean,
have to
hell,
change.
I saw the first ever NXT champion be crowned, so I'm like that day
Yeah.
one, Jesus.
And you should cherish that. You should cherish the fact that you were a part of that. But you also have to cherish that it's over now, and things are going to change.
It's also the freaking fact that we're in the freaking performance center. It's always full sales for me. It's full sale.
Yeah. Don't be mad that it's gone. Just be happy it happened. Feel me?
I'm just telling you, NXT takeovers in the performance center are just not going to feel right.
I hope one
if
day
takeovers do come back.
I do hope they move at the performance center. Though. I can't agree with you in that. I hope they move the hell out of there because God, they gotta get
it's
out of there.
just time. Like we've been here for like what, almost 3 years now.
Yeah, they definitely gotta get out of there. For real.
I understand Full Sail's like contract with them expired and they couldn't do it because obviously the school had to shut down because of the virus, but they could have done something after.
At some point.
They could have done something after the fact. Hell, I would have skipped class to go to an NXT show if I had a night class. Fuck that. I'm going to NXT.
But I almost went to Full Sail for college just for that. They came up and they were like, "We show NXT here." I was like, "I'm about to sign that paper." They almost got me.
I think anybody from Wrestle Talk, I think TJ can also vouch for this. Is that we'd go to freaking NXT.
I legitimately thought about that shit, and for the same reason you said, Love. I was like, NXT shoots down there.
Yeah,
Go to Florida, I could do it. Cause then, if I moved to Florida, you know how easy it would be for me to hit on Roxanne Perez. You know how easy it would be.
it'll be fairly easy.
I've
Fairly
been failing
easy.
classes, but still.
Well, you wanted to go to NXT just to go for Nikita.
Oh yeah. I still part of me doesn't want to get called up because I'm going back to Florida at some point. I just know that was like because that was like freshman year and they were like, "You guys want to go to college?" They show NXT here and they showed it real fast and I was like, "Huh?" And I wasn't even watching NXT at that point. I just saw the wrestling ring and I'm like, "What is that?" I didn't even know what NXT was at that point. I stopped watching. I'm like, "Oh, I guess I'm going to Full Sail now." Like that was like that. I made that decision at that point, but I still intend on going to Florida just for that reason. Cause I want to go to NXT shows. They're free.
Yeah,
they're freaking free.
You can just walk in the performance center right here, and you can just watch the show.
I'm in the Facebook group, but I'm not in Florida right now, so I can't just go. But
One they're your Facebook gonna light up. It's gonna say, "We need volunteers to be backstage extras for NXT." But
Loft would be like, "Yep, that's me."
It's game. I've been waiting. Where do you apply? You know what I'm saying?
Loft would be like Raven. Yep, that's me.
Where do you apply? Oh my god. No, I actually no, because I hate y'all because I was here debating Ronda and Liv on that day I was supposed to go to NXT. So
oh yeah,
that's my life.
that was a great
That's 2 times I missed out on seeing. That's 2 times. 2 times. Third time I'm not gonna miss this time.
Hey, but you did you were like 2 feet away from Nikita the last time though. Okay,
that's the second time. If someone would have mentally prepared me that she was gonna be there, I would have been okay. I can't just turn around and see Nikita there and expect me to just I had the process. I was going through a system update, bro. Shit was crazy. I don't like that.
You were Charlotte Flair waiting for that software update.
I was sitting there. I didn't know what to do. By the time my update was done, she was gone. Like, damn.
Yeah.
It's cool though. One day.
So this casket match was kind of all over the place. They had a casket match up. They had a casket at first, and then it looked way too small. So I thought there was gonna be some spot on it. There was like a freaking choke slam spot that got Apollo through like the top of the casket, and Grayson was like, "Well, yeah, I won because he's in the casket." "No, you didn't, bitch. You have to close the lid on the guy." And they're like,
Yeah.
"Well, all right, well." Then
shit.
then I guess we have to get another one out here. So they were still fighting all over the place. Apollo tried to legitimately kill Grayson with the steel steps by crushing his head. Thank God he got out of the way. And luckily at that point, a new casket came out. And in a casket that actually looked a lot better quality than what we first had. So
Yeah.
I understand what they were trying to do, trust me. But it just came out like, really? Really?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing here? So Cruz stomps him and pulls Waller into the casket, and they stand up and slug it out. Waller then gets the advantage and tries to tombstone, but Cruz counters and does a sit out side slam and rolls him into the casket. Waller then throws a few punches, but Cruz ends up lifting him and basically slamming him, like choke slam spinebuster type of way, into the casket below, and closes the lid to pick up the victory. So Apollo does win. Let's get this out of the fucking way and move on to something new. Does Apollo Crews stay in NXT?
Yes. I want him to go. Wait, did he already do it? He already fought Breakker, didn't he?
I think so. Did he?
I want to say he did.
I feel like he did when he first got there for some reason. I don't remember.
I'm looking it up.
I remember they both in the ring together. I remember that.
Apollo Crews interrupts Bron Breakker back in June.
But they had a match? They had a tag team match. That's what it was, I think.
That might be it.
Oh, then I need him to have a clinic with Breakker.
Yeah, if they never fought, yeah.
Yeah, I need a clinic before he comes back then.
I see that.
Teams of Bron Breakker. Yeah, teams. Yeah, so they never had a one-on-one match. That would honestly be pretty good though, seeing Apollo and Bron.
Really
I'd be down for that.
Just don't go back to that heel Nigerian prince shit.
I
Please
hate that
no.
shit.
Oh my god.
And please, for the love of God, if we are doing Apollo and Bron, don't have Apollo win the championship. I mean, we had that thing happen with Dolph Ziggler, and we all know how that went. It didn't turn out to be
funny.
okay.
So I was just happy to see Ziggler holding the title again.
I mean, I guess, but
that felt so weird. I can't remember. That was like a weird day.
It was.
Ugh.
So Dolph Ziggler becomes the champion, then all of a sudden, in a random episode of Monday Night Raw, Braun wins it back.
Yeah, that made me more mad that he won it back on Raw just randomly. I was like, what the fuck?
And it was like 2 weeks after he lost it.
It was like, and it was like they didn't even advertise it. They're like, oh, next up, Braun and Dolph, for no reason. I was like
for why?
That was funny. That was funny. Hope Dolph's okay. That guy.
Shout out to Renee. We're talking about your guy right now, and listen, we love Dolph over here. Trust us. It's just, why did he have to win the title?
Just a little speed bump. A little speed bump.
Now we can talk about that Weapons Wild match. Like I said earlier, I think that spot on like that little balcony setup, it could have ended a lot worse than what it did, but it didn't look like the greatest. It wasn't shot properly for me. Everything's about the angles and shots for me.
I thought it looked like Roxy didn't want to hurt Cora, which
Right.
I think that was why it kind of looked that way. I thought she was gonna like spear her off or something, but that was a really tight angle because either you hit the two tables or you miss, and then both of them would got hurt real bad. So I think that was the best way.
And she missed one table. So
yeah, so like even when they protected, they still missed. So like I'm kind of happy they went with that because if they went anything else, someone could have got really hurt.
They basically just stepped backwards into the Russian leg sweep. They didn't actually like do the whole motion of the Russian leg sweep. They just stepped off the platform.
I'll take that. God, I definitely thought she was about to like spear her off, and I'm like, "Oh God, please hit the table."
Doing the Russian leg sweep was fine, but me just like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna step off here real quick and just hope for the best." Nah, that's not right. Like, but yeah, so Cora begs her to not throw her off the stage, but Roxanne swings and Cora grabs her arm, and both women fall and crash into a table below them. Both women make it to their feet and fight back into the ring. And Cora says something to Roxanne about never being her best friend. Roxanne then counters Cora's offense and hits a Canadian destroyer through a pile of chairs. That looked devastating. I will give them that. That looked great. And that was it. And Roxanne picks up the win. Roxanne winning here, I think, was always the right move. It's just the way that they were trying to go about it. I think the stipulation was the right call. They just could have done it a little bit differently.
I mean, they spun the wheel, I think. So I mean,
yeah, no, it's a spin the wheel thing. So
yeah, I was hoping for like one of those like cooler matches though, because the Weapons Wild is just the Extreme Rules match. So
yeah,
I was hoping for like a fucking Ring of Fire match or some shit. But
well, like I say, man, no DQ and basically anything else that has like a variation of that, it's just the same match.
Pretty much.
It's just the same match. Extreme Rules match and a no DQ match are the exact same thing. Weapons Wild match is just like an Extreme Rules match, but it's just also no DQ match. So same thing. They have these different types of names for these matches when it's the same thing.
I never got it. We do that for all the time. I never got it.
The ambulance match. Damon Kemp, Julius Creed. I think Julius Creed is absolutely fantastic. I don't know much about Damon, though.
And neither do I.
Where did he come from?
I don't know.
Isn't he gay? I could be wrong. He's not Gable Stevens' brother?
No. Is brother? I didn't know he had a brother.
Someone told me that.
That was his brother.
I didn't know he had a brother.
Stage name. Let me see.
I thought you were just gonna ask. I thought you were just gonna ask if that's Gable Stevenson, and I'm like, no, that's not him.
I think that.
Yeah, that's Gable's brother. That's Bobby Stevenson. Yeah, that's Gable's brother. Okay.
He looked familiar. I was like, wait, this is definitely not Gable. This is not Gable Stevenson. And
cool. All right. I see why they look the same now.
I was gonna say he looked very similar, so I was like, wait a second, they did not repackage Gable Stevenson into this guy.
I'd be like, when the fuck did he even debut?
He just popped up on NXT. He was like, hey, this is Damon. I was like, what the fuck? He just panned the camera. We were sitting there. I was like, what the fuck is that?
He's like, hey, what's good, y'all?
He literally just popped up on NXT.
this like ambulance match was about 14 minutes. It seemed pretty long for what it was, and they actually did have some pretty amazing spots in there. But it's an ambulance match in NXT. The only real ambulance match that I recall that was absolutely phenomenal, well, to my standards at least, and I was a young kid at the time, I believe it was like, wasn't it like Kane and John Cena at Elimination Chamber?
Yeah, I think so. It was like 20,
Damn.
At 2011, I think it was.
something like that.
12.
2012, I think it is.
2012, yes. Because this is during the Zack Ryder feud.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really one of the only ambulance matches I can recall, and I was like so hyped for it because Elimination Chamber 2012, other than WrestleMania, because WrestleMania 25 I watched at a friend's house. I didn't actually purchase it myself, or my family didn't, but Elimination Chamber 2012, for some reason, was the first ever pay-per-view that my family bought for me all those years ago. So I was like, I guess it was the reason why is honestly because of that ambulance match. It really was. I was a huge John Cena fan at the time, and I'm like, yeah, no, I am not missing this match. I have to see this man win. So it was Cena. Who else? Who else would it have been in 2012? Seriously.
It's a different man right there.
So, I know the last ambulance match was in 2020, but
what match was that?
I have no idea.
It was Randy versus Drew. You know what's funny?
Oh, that's right.
Because this was right after Randy brought back Legend Killer and was knocking everybody out. So Sean said, "Let me hit your bitch ass with a sweet chin music off the top of this ambulance."
It was
and I thought Randy legitimately died. Yeah.
I wish I remembered that. It's like gray for me. I wish I remembered anything.
Yeah, that Thunderdome era.
It was a Thunderdome pandemic era. It was.
I only remember
crazy.
SmackDown and like a few pay-per-views. I do not remember like.
Hey, you know what I remember? I remember launching Dominic's bitch ass over the top rope in that power bomb.
I remember. That was good television.
That we all remember.
He said, "If your daddy won't do it, I'll do it." He said, "Get your ass over there."
That's the best thing he ever did as champion. I'm still standing by that. Best thing my man ever did.
You say that, I say the Hell in a Cell match when he was like, "Yeah, we family. We've
oh my god."
Well, the Hell in a Cell match with Jay. That's easily.
It's his best feud.
Cold.
That's his peak. That is still his peak. He hasn't really dropped below it. He just plateaued. That was his peak. That's it.
He said, "I won't give you less, but I'm not giving you more just yet."
I will say though, one of the worst matches that I really did not really like in this whole Roman Reigns era of him winning the championship. I do not care what anybody says. That Hell in a Cell match with Rey Mysterio, like I think it was Rey Mysterio on a random episode of Raw, or the random episode of SmackDown. That was disgusting. The only reason why they had a Hell in a Cell match on that random episode of SmackDown because Raw had a fucking steel cage match with Bobby Lashley, I think, and they're like, yeah, no, we're Fox, we have to have something too. Yeah. Hell in a Cell. Why?
Well, Roman was beating Mysterio's asses those few weeks.
I wanted Ray to win that so bad. I wanted Ray to just beat him.
You want to know early on in the whole story of Roman Reigns and his championship who I wanted to have him win the championship? I wanted either Kevin Owens or fucking Cesaro to win that championship, man. Either that Royal Rumble last man standing match, I think it was.
KO should never lose.
Or whatever match he had was with Cesaro. I think that was WrestleMania Backlash. I think that pay-per-view was.
I think so.
Those two matches in particular, I'm like, yes, give KO the freaking opportunity, man.
Bro,
or give Cesaro, man.
I didn't even think Roman was going to make it out of what year was it? Make it past 2021 with the title, because when Edge won the Rumble, we all assumed Edge was going to take that shit before this became a historic reign. And then when Daniel got added in, we thought Edge was going to win. So when Roman smashed him and stacked him, we're like, oh, Edge is going to kick out.
I didn't think Edge was winning that triple threat at Mania, to be completely fair. I thought the whole reason for Bryan to be added into it, I thought they were going to try to do a whole Bryan thing again. I thought they were.
In that beautiful match on SmackDown that no one talks about. That Daniel Bryan's that was such a good match. And Daniel
Bryan's last match on SmackDown.
And when I beat you, you're leaving this place. I don't want to ever see you again.
Oh my God.
Hell, I would have taken Edge at that Money in the Bank pay-per-view. I would have.
That
match was great.
I thought he was going to win it there too.
I totally forgot about that.
I thought Cena was going to win that shit. At SummerSlam, I thought Cena was going to win.
Don't get us started on that SummerSlam.
All I got to do is get you down for 3 seconds. I was like, Cena's going to beat him with a surprise roll-up. That was
I was done. Once he beat Cena, I checked out. That was it for me. It was downhill.
That's what I knew. I was like, he's never losing his title. He's never losing.
I hate him.
Cena put him through the announce table. Cena did a super AA from the second rope. Cena did like maybe 2 more AAs throughout that entire rest of the match, and then 1 spear, 1, 2, 3, done. How?
What the fuck? He's just done. Like Cena hasn't gotten speared for 15 years.
Again, Cena ain't the best. He don't got the best track record against some spears. Remember?
Damn! How many?
You do 4 to 5 attitude adjustments. You do 4 to 5 AAs, and you can't beat the man. But 1 spear, and you're done. You're in. Like, why? Like, But then again, Roman, he got the fucking ring flipped onto him, and he still won the fucking match. So I don't even know what the fuck happens.
Brock Lesnar did everything legally possible to that man.
Except murder this man.
Except murder.
He damn near murdered him. And then Roman's like, yeah, no, it's cool. Still not enough. Okay.
I would have taken Brock at that point. I wouldn't even. Actually, no. I can't say that. I would have cared. But still, I'm like, you.
Montez Ford. They had.
You mean discount Montez or the real Montez?
Bro, I'm trying to let you know.
Title ready for this shit.
Well, here's the thing. The new agenda now is Jay as our tribal chief.
Yes. That's the new one.
The new agenda now is Jay, but
that's what we're pushing right now. So we'll see what happens.
I'm still hoping Cody, man. I'm still hoping Cody, but then again, we have fucking theory to talk about. So, oh well.
God.
Oh well.
Watch your back.
You should have just cashed in tonight, bro. You had your opportunity, but
because now you ain't gonna ever win shit. I hope you know that.
Yeah, they might be over. That's what makes me so mad because he was never supposed to win that Money in the Bank match anyway.
No,
that was supposed to be Seth motherfucking Rollins. It was supposed to be Seth motherfucking Rollins, and then he was supposed to cash that bitch in and win it. But no. And Marissa, if you're watching this, I'm blaming Riddle for this shit. Riddle had to go and RKO him, and I'm Matt Riddle. I'm gonna RKO Seth off the top of a ladder, and now let Austin Theory's bitch ass win. This is Riddle's fault, and I stand by that shit. This title reign would have been over if Riddle wouldn't have RKO'd Seth off that ladder.
It just might be Riddle's fault. Oh crap!
It's Riddle's fault. There we go.
Well, Aiden, here's the thing. Listen, I'm not gonna say that because I don't want Marissa on my ass. Okay, you two can have that.
It's true.
It's his fault. Now, I'm thinking about it now. It might just be his fault.
Seth was literally his fault. And Riddle grabbed this man and said, "Fuck your life, bitch." And Theory said, "Well, don't mind if I do." You know what? I'll go back even farther. If I'm attacking Marissa's person, I got to go for Johnny's too. Johnny, none of this would have happened if years ago when Brock returned and Ali was standing on top of the ladder, briefcase in hand.
Why?
If Ali would have just picked it, took the thing and ran, none of this would have happened. So in a way, Ali is kind of responsible for the tribal chief.
Oh my God.
You're really going back all the way to 2019 Money in the Bank, where Brock legitimately broke a cameraman's
Bro.
arm.
Nah.
Think about it though. It all tracks.
Wait, hold on.
Because
Wait.
if Ollie wins it there, if
Ollie won the Money in the Bank in 2019, is what you're saying.
Brock wouldn't have cashed in on Seth. Then Brock wouldn't have faced Kofi later that year. We wouldn't have gotten the Tribal Chief.
Holy crap.
Why does that connect?
So
Why?
I hate Ali and Riddle now.
Well, listen, here's the thing. None of what they are saying reflects onto me. I respect both of you guys. I respect both of you.
Nah.
I respect you, Johnny. I respect you, Marissa. Trust me. I do not want those two in a handicap match against me. Okay.
I'm mad now.
Kick my ass.
I'm genuinely mad now.
I'll say you give me 10 minutes. I'll chase this shit back to CM Punk's pipe bomb back in 2011.
To be completely fair, that does make sense.
That's where it all started. That's where everything got bad.
To be completely fair, that does make sense. And for some reason, TJ, I want you to make a fucking video on that and just see where people go with it, because
bro, I did it before. You saw that video where the dude was like, say Brock never beat the streak, right? But Roman still is the one to do it. How would you go about it? And I was like, well, Brock's still dominant, but when Roman cut that promo where he's like, this is my yard now, that's when the Tribal Chief kicks in.
Yeah.
He goes, for years and years, I tried to earn your respect and you wouldn't give it to me. So I went out and took it. And now that I did it, you can all kiss my ass and acknowledge me. Shit would have been started 3 years before.
All you had to do for a Roman heel turn was after his match with The Undertaker, and he beat him at 33. I think
literally,
it was 33.
Yeah, 33.
Yeah.
All he had to do was literally say, fuck the fans, and heel turn started. 3 simple words. Fuck all y'all. It's that easy, but Vince said, no, you're still a face.
It was crazy. I don't know. Listen, there's a lot of what ifs when it comes to the whole pandemic era and Roman and Tribal Chief, and if it could have ever happened or if it could have happened sooner or whatever.
It gives me an idea.
Rikishi should have been the Tribal Chief. When he ran, I can't even.
That's funny.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
When he ran over Stone Cold, that's what he should.
Start off right there. Acknowledge this car.
Acknowledge the car. Acknowledge. Wait, what did Rikishi like fall off a Hell in a Cell onto like a bed of like wood chips?
Yes.
Acknowledge the wood chips.
Chief. Undertaker's the Tribal Chief.
Acknowledge the wood chips.
God.
Acknowledge my wood chip betting.
I can't, bro.
Damn.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The worst match on the card for me. And it's honestly not even really a surprise. Mandy Rose. I did not like this match at all.
Yeah.
I didn't care for it. Alba Fire could be so much better, but then again, I knew she was losing. So this match was 7 minutes.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Half the match started when the show started.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
I'm
I
thinking
mean,
this match was going. The bell rung when they got to the fucking castle. And this was going
I'm
on.
legitimately
This was
convinced that it started off as a cinematic affair and then it just went to live in the arena for some reason.
Yeah. This match was going this whole time. It just happened to end very quickly.
I remember. Wait a second. What was that pay-per-view where it was like, oh shit, that's gonna freaking bother me. Where they were starting off a match like on the show. They like dove into like some freaking car. They drove away, and like an hour later, they came back, and the match continued.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
what was that match?
I don't know.
Shoot, man.
Was it on the main roster?
Yeah. I have no idea, man. That's gonna bother me now.
Wait,
There,
say it
there was
again?
like, there was like a match where it was crazy. A match started, right? And they were fighting like all over the backstage area. And like for some reason, a guy was like trying to drive away, but his opponent like dove into the window and they just started fighting in the car as the car drove off. And then they came back like an hour later. It was insane. I don't remember what show that was, and
Sounds like
that's
some
gonna
Stone
bother
Cold
me.
shit right there.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was in this era. Like it was in like the PG era. So like we have like characters that like we would know from it. I just gotta I gotta look back. I gotta figure out. I'm gonna do a video on that actually when I get back because that match was crazy and I gotta figure that out now. But we'll figure that out. And I know I got you. I know I got you two both intrigued. So once that video does come out, you guys are gonna probably want to see it.
I'm trying to think. I don't even know what. I'm trying to think now.
It was at a pay-per-view, so I'll just go back like years and find it on a freaking pay-per-view because it was on a pay-per-view. It wasn't on like a random episode of Raw or SmackDown. For some reason, I think it had something to do with Eric Rowan. I'll figure it out. I think it was Eric Rowan, but I'll figure it out. But yeah, this was the worst match of the night for me. Mandy Rose defeated Alba Fire for the Women's Championship. She will be 1 year as NXT Women's Champion in like a couple of days.
Damn.
Let me do some math real quick.
Because she won it last year at Halloween Havoc.
Yeah.
Defeating freaking what? Raquel Rodriguez, I think it was.
And Coda cheated. Fucking Coda.
Yeah. 1 year next Wednesday. Okay.
Hit her with a shovel. Hit Raquel with a shovel in her back. Oh my
god, yeah, that's right. And it was the freaking hard way too.
Yeah, man. Like and then we've been yet left to a year of Mandy winning matches with a knee. So
and it's not even as good as the V-Trigger, bro. It's way worse.
But the only thing about it is I can't even hate on her anymore because now, well, I can. But at the same time, she's progressing too much for me to act like it's not somewhat of a positive thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So on the grand scheme of things, I am very happy for her. I will say that because
she already has the third longest reign with that title.
That's nuts. I don't know how.
You want to know how long she has to go to beat Shayna's?
Because
she's at.
It's Shayna and Asuka, right?
Shayna and Asuka are the only ones that top her.
Yeah.
She has to hold that title for another 59 days.
Oh yeah, no, we're done. We're done.
She's passing Shayna. There's no pay-per-view coming up soon. Wait, no, there is.
Well, NXT deadline.
Yeah, in December.
That's like literally the deadline for Mandy Rose.
That might actually be it.
Because I think they said December 9th.
December 10th.
How many days until December 10th? 48.
We're cutting it close.
That's close.
We're cutting it close.
But honestly, NXT deadline that could be a destination, bro.
Because if she
give me Nikita. If Nikita's in the match, we're done. I'm trying to let you know. If they
here's the thing,
it's over with.
Well, us personally, we don't want to see Mandy pass Shayna as number 2. But in the grand scheme of things, would anybody really want to see that? I think Shayna and Asuka deserve those top 2 spots. And
Well, it's
that's
too late
just
now.
that. Well, no, it's
literally
not too late.
now.
It's not too late, because if she loses that deadline, she'll still be number 3.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
But that'd be a close 3. Like, that's a really close 3.
Yeah.
People have done that though in the past. Like it's
Shayna,
not
Asuka,
too far out.
Mandy Rose.
You know who the closest under Mandy's is? Paige with 273.
That
Yeah,
was
we're done.
so long ago, bro.
Yeah.
That was like when the NXT Women's
No,
Championship was like,
Io Shirai technically with 304
yeah.
because Paige has 308, but WWE only recognizes 273 of those days.
well, yeah, because she had to vacate it
Yeah.
on that Raw. When JBL was the general manager, freaking crazy times. That's right, Loft. You didn't even see that part. Yeah, JBL was general manager of NXT.
What? Huh.
Yes. And that was before William Regal, so yeah.
I figure so. Timelines are crashing in my head right now. Okay.
I think Regal was actually commentator though during that time.
Huh. All right.
It was like William Regal, Byron Saxton, and like I think Renee Young at one point. It was a fucking crazy time.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, no. I'm trying to tell you. I think that's what they're trying to do. I think they're saving this all for Nikita, and I'm not even saying that just because it's me. I'm literally just saying that because she's undefeated, and the only time she could possibly lose is on Tuesday, and I don't even think she's gonna get pinned. So I think they're saving Nikita to get pinned until like she loses the championship.
Well, I think Zoe gets pinned in that tag team title match.
Yeah,
you can't pin Nikita there.
She's literally undefeated. Like I went back, she's literally undefeated, and I didn't even realize it until like 2 weeks ago.
I knew she was undefeated, bro. I could have told you that.
I had no idea. I thought she lost at some point, and I was like, "Oh, this is even better." Now we're in a better spot.
How has she not had a title match yet, though?
I don't know.
Out of everything.
They were about to have it, and then something happened. They had.
Oh wait, didn't she get hurt?
That's it.
Yeah.
She got hurt.
That tournament. She's supposed to win that. God damn it! She's supposed to win that tournament.
Wait, who won? Wait, didn't Roxanne win that tournament?
Yeah.
It was going to be Roxanne and Nikita. Nikita got hurt. Roxanne won the freaking thing. I don't know if it was by default or not because she got hurt, but she won the thing. And
Nikita was supposed to win a while ago. I'm still under that pretense.
Yeah.
I'm still under that. Nikita was supposed to win a while ago.
So she got hurt. Roxanne won the freaking tournament, maybe by default because of the injury. And then it just never came to fruition. So, but here's the thing. It could all work out better for Nikita in the end because now she fought back from that injury just to get back to that championship. And you can build that story. But then again, this is Bruce's NXT. So if it was Triple H NXT, he would do that.
Yeah, you're right.
But Bruce, I don't think he'll even recall that Nikita got injured.
I hope so. That's the only way that you can make her spinning her way back to Mandy an option. So if they have, I'm just gonna push for that. That's the new agenda. Nikita and Mandy at deadline and just dead this day. For the love of God, because if Mandy gives Nikita her first loss, I'm gonna claim on my TV. So I mean,
Shawn may be back there. But with the way that things have been going down in NXT over the last couple of weeks, some comedy shit, that's Bruce.
And Shawn's doing the media scrum, so I think Shawn's doing most of the booking. Because Shawn had a media scrum, had a conference call about an hour ago. I got to listen to that, but I'm pretty sure it's him doing everything back there.
He can book the shows. He can make the outcomes maybe, but I don't know.
As far as creative goes, like the build up to that point, I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, this match was like 7 minutes. It didn't really, amount to anything. Alba hit a swanton, but the referee got pulled outside by Gigi and JC. The ref bumped to the floor. Looked freaking tough, bro. Like, Jesus, guys.
Yeah,
Protect the ref.
They were doing stuff.
Protect the ref. So, the ref bumped to the outside, resulting in missing a count from Alba Fire, pinning after a gory bomb. Alba then gets decked by JC and Gigi at ringside, and Mandy runs her over with a knee to the face and gets the cover 1, 2, 3. And that was it. So she retains. At this point in time, I was still perfect at 5-0. It's just this NXT Championship match. This match is great, but I had the wrong winner. I thought it was time for Ilja to take this thing and Bron to get called up.
Yeah, me too. Definitely me too.
But
I didn't realize how good JD was. I never watched any of Jordan Devlin's matches. I did not realize how good he was. He's freaking awesome.
Jordan Devlin is great.
Awesome.
But I remember that one time I came back to NXT, I see this JD and McDonah, and I was telling TJ this on his show when we were doing the tier list. I see this JD McDonah guy. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And then you're like, Phil, that's
That's Jordan Devlin, my boy.
That's Jordan Devlin. That's Jordan Devlin. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. I'm like, nah. He's like, yes, dude. Look it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did. And I was like, well, shit. I'm like, when this happened? And then Loft didn't remember when it changed, but either way, it changed, and I was like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, JD McDonah, who? He's like, oh yeah, that's Jordan Devlin. Oh, what?
Beats me.
But then again, you don't watch NXT for a little bit, and all of a sudden they change the name without your knowledge or consent even, and you just see this JD McDonah guy. He's like, who the hell is that?
He just popped up one day and attacked Bron and just put him through a table.
They said, that's JD McDonagh.
I was like, who is that?
Who?
I said, whose big ass head is that in my screen? God damn.
Yeah. Big square head.
Okay, so it wasn't just me that had to figure out who the hell this JD McDonagh guy was at first.
I didn't know who he was until I realized that I saw the face on 2K22 before. I was like, oh.
2K22, it always helps out, I guess.
I was like, oh, great. That's Jordan Devlin. Even though I said it, I still had no idea who Jordan Devlin was. I just knew I knew his name.
JD McDouble. That's perfect. I'm gonna call him that from now on.
JD McDouble.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have to say, this triple threat match, incredible stuff. Bron Breakker's incredible. He's past NXT at this point. Ilja Dragunov is past NXT. He does not need to be in NXT anymore. He hasn't needed to be in NXT for a little while now. Honestly, since Dragunov Walter 2, I was like, yeah, this guy needs to get called up now. I don't get it. I don't know what is holding Ilja Dragunov back from the main roster. Because he speaks perfectly fine. He speaks fine.
Him and Sheamus would tear the house down.
Yes. That's the first match I think of every time.
Holy crap.
He speaks fine, so it's not that, language situation. He's an incredible professional wrestler. I don't know why Triple H wouldn't want him. It's not. Wait. I don't think he wouldn't want him. I think he does. maybe it's just trying to find where he fits.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
But he would fit perfectly on SmackDown with Sheamus.
Yeah, I feel you.
But then again, it's just easier to speak from a fan's point of view because you see these guys and you see where they can fit. It has to be difficult on the other side of things. It has to be.
Yeah. I assume so.
JD though, I don't know. Maybe it's just not connecting with me with him. He's great in ring.
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, Tyler Bate, he should have been on the main roster years ago.
Yeah.
He started in WWE when he was 19.
That's crazy.
Was he like the first UK champion at 19?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah. He beat Pete Dunne for it, I think. Yeah.
Wow.
And no, not Butch. Pete Dunne.
Damn.
How old is Tyler Bate now? He's been in the I was gonna say been in the league. Jesus.
He's probably like 24 at this point.
He has to be like 24, 25.
Yeah, if I'm doing math correctly, probably not, but
25. Yep.
25.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just
Guys
found
in the
out
prime of his
Ross
life
likes
still.
anime, so.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. But yeah, I mean, these guys killed it. I think two of these guys are past NXT at that point, and we kind of need to see where they can fit on the main roster soon, because I think it's time, and they're ready. Plus, Bron Breakker's already had main roster exposure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, fans didn't really gravitate towards him like I thought people probably would have or should have, but then again, NXT main roster audience completely different.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks. Because they didn't know who Braun was. They did not know who Karrion Kross was, which sucked.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's weird, but I think it's time for them to at least think of something. Because it is time to poach some of these NXT people out of here. Some way.
Yeah.
But I think they're probably waiting for the draft at that point, though. But that's
Most
so
likely.
long. That's so long away, though. Like,
Most freaking likely. I don't know.
because they're trying to do it after WrestleMania. So, but it's all the way in April.
I mean, now there's
There's
a
a
big
lot.
gap between Survivor Series and I think, like, I forget where the gap
Rumble,
starts.
really, I think. I think it's really the Rumble now because Day 1's canceled.
Yeah, that's where it starts. That's where it starts. Day one, I was thinking.
So
They canceled that.
I think really Survivor Series and the Rumble. Because there's no pay-per-view in December as far as I was aware of.
Don't think so. Damn.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Honestly, though, I like that we don't have a pay-per-view every month anymore. I really do. It drains you.
Yeah.
And trying to figure out what day it's actually on.
Hopefully they can book more shows, like the weekly shows that are near me, so I can go. Please. I want to go to a SmackDown or something.
Trying to go to that Connecticut show, bro.
That's not. I gotta call you because bad things happen. So I gotta tell you something now.
Yeah, I think we kind of missed our shot.
Terrible things happen. My best bet is going to Full Gear now because bad things happen. So.
I'm going to that Rhode Island show that week after with Axel, but But yeah, I think we missed our shot on that Connecticut show.
Damn.
You live and you learn. I guess that's why I say like I think we need to do it now, but we just missed our shot. It's all right. There's always going to be other times, and we will meet up at some point. There's no other
They
way.
go to Connecticut every month, so I mean,
Not really. Not really.
what the fuck? They go to Connecticut more than here.
No, bro. Come on now.
Connecticut gets more wrestling than here.
Not
you know
really.
that. You go.
Philadelphia, bro. Philadelphia is a wrestling town. Connecticut.
Yeah, you would think that. You would think so.
What's Connecticut?
You would think so. Y'all have you go to a wrestling show every week. Every time I call you, you're going to a wrestling show. Ooh,
I don't.
Here.
I don't.
You got to see Hardy's and End Zone Cast.
That was a Northeast wrestling show. That's like a glorified independent promotion.
We don't have any of that. There's no independent.
You don't
wrestling
have
here.
independent promotions in Philly?
No, that's what I'm talking. No. That's why Extreme Rules is such a big deal. That's why WrestleMania next year is such a big deal because I don't have that at all.
That's crazy that there's no indie
Y'all
shows.
get that. I don't get nothing.
I thought independent shows were everywhere in the country.
No, they're only in Connecticut, in Chicago. That's it. In Florida.
I hear some in Texas.
Oh,
We got Booker T. That's it. That's about it.
Well,
Unless you go north Texas, like Dallas area.
We get nothing. That's why Extreme Rules is such a big deal because they never come here.
I thought independent professional wrestling was everywhere. That's news to me. That's news to
At
me.
least it's not getting to my neck of the woods because ain't nobody telling me. That's why 40 is such a big deal.
Well, no, 40 is a huge deal because there's never going to be another WrestleMania as close to us. So
Never gonna be on
has
a
to
field
happen.
for another 20 years. Shit.
Yeah, that has to happen for me too. Because the last time WrestleMania was ever this close to me was in Hartford, Connecticut, WrestleMania 11, and that is looked at as one of the worst, if not the worst, WrestleMania of all time. So, yeah. Well, then again, I think that was the one I think where friggin' Lawrence Taylor was in the main event.
That was Lawrence Taylor versus Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah.
You had Shawn versus Diesel with Pam Anderson and Jenny McCarthy in there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
It was the worst WrestleMania of all
Crazy
time.
card. That's a crazy card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had to watch that one. First, I gotta watch WrestleMania fucking 2.
Wait a second. Hold on a second. But before we move on into the triple threat,
WrestleMania 2.
you want to watch the worst WrestleMania of all time?
Well, I have to because for part of my WrestleMania review series, I had to watch them all and review them. And I really don't want to watch that one, but I have to. I still got to watch WrestleMania 2.
Damn.
When was that main event? Hogan and
It was Hogan and Bundy in a steel cage.
Bundy. That's it.
Yeah, that blue ass steel cage with them big ass.
I like
squares.
the blue cages.
That shit would have been so easy to win if it was in today. Boy, I'd jump and grab the top.
Anytime that they're remember. Well, the thing is, in 2K or like the older 2K games, you can actually like change the steel cage style. I always change it to blue. I like the blue style steel cage. I did.
That's so much better.
Nice color. That red is atrocious.
That red is ass.
The red Hell in a Cell. The red Hell in a Cell is terrible.
Oh.
And then also when they had the red lighting for the Fiend and the red Hell in a Cell, you couldn't see the match.
Vince should have been put down that fucking night. Because what the fuck was that?
The red lighting. The red lighting for the Fiend was disgustingly bad.
Like I'm in a rotisserie freaking chicken oven.
Like if I was a fan, I wouldn't have ran after the wrestlers. If I get on that stage, I'm running back in Gorilla. I'm about to throw some punches at Vince because what the fuck is this shit we're watching?
You want to know what
money for?
You want to know what the red? You want to know what the red lighting actually brought me back to?
What?
Sin Cara's gold and blue lighting.
Don't even.
That was disgusting.
No, we don't talk about that here.
Fuck him. Or at least the original one, because
we don't do that here.
No, yeah, I know. Trust me, but that's what it brought me back to, and I'm like, really, we're doing that again? Why?
Mm.
10-year-old me was like hype when that was coming on, and then I watched it when I was older, and I was
Yo,
like, "This is stupid."
But when Sin Cara initially debuted and went after the United States champion Sheamus, I was
Yeah,
like, let's go, bro. Like, this is awesome.
that was like March 2011. I was like, he was ready, and then
Then all of a sudden, Sin Cara Negro came out. I said Negro,
God.
not the other guy.
freaking Hunico.
Because I know people would
And then-
probably.
And then he had to take over as Sin Cara.
And then at one point Camacho took over because the guy that
This
was
Hunico
taking over for the normal one got fired. So
Sin Cara got fired, and Hunico came in, and then Hunico was red, and then Hunico left, and then Camacho was in there for like a month, and then they just released all of them, and then Sin Cara just died. So there's no point.
Sin Cara died.
Red Sin Cara was crazy.
But now all of a sudden, I think the normal Sin Cara is still working in Mexico.
I never got my Sin Cara Rey Mysterio match. I never got it, and
that was a freaking flop, bro. They should have done that.
Hold up. Speaking of people with masks on, Tony Khan might have just got me to start watching Dynamite. Did you know Penta's fighting Mox on Wednesday?
What?
Penta's fighting Mox on Wednesday
for the title?
Yeah, I think. It might not be for the title, but he's fighting them.
It's probably a championship. Not contenders, but the eliminator match.
Yeah,
the eliminator.
I don't care what it is.
If it's an eliminator match, just fucking sick. And I
popped during freaking. I was like, what? That's going to be ridiculous.
The normal Sin Cara is Mystico. That's it.
Forgot about Mystico. That's the name. But yeah, Mox is definitely fighting Penta. I was like, huh?
Wait, did Tony tweet that out? Did Tony tweet that out?
Yeah, someone tweeted it out. I think he did.
Wait,
he did.
I'm about to say, you sure it was Tony and not Tom's Customs? Because Tom got Minoru Suzuki with that shit.
Oh wait, no, I just typed in Tony Khan on Twitter and it's right here. Look at
cool.
This Wednesday, October 26th, Chartway Arena in Norfolk, Virginia. Wednesdays, AEW Dynamite live on TBS. Blah blah blah. AEW World Championship. It is for the title. Shit.
Oh man.
Jon Moxley versus Penta. See you this Wednesday on TBS. Yes.
Oh, that's my favorite song.
That is incredible. Well, wait a second.
Hold
on.
Are we going to do a watch along stream for that one?
I'll be live on TikTok.
I'm watching Dynamite now.
Oh,
I'm gonna see that.
Oh, you got me in on that one.
So wait a second. Well, here's the thing. AEW, like the official AEW Twitter at AEW, said, well, they have a video of Moxley. I think this is just an open challenge video, and I think Penta answered a call because the AEW World Champion Jon Moxley is in no mood for celebration after his win via referee stoppage last week on Title Tuesday's Dynamite. Mox came to the Daily's Place looking for a fearless opponent brave enough to risk their career by challenging the champ next week. He found one, and it was Penta. Okay. All right.
Oh, yeah. Inject that in my veins.
Especially after Penta just became Penta God at AAA.
Did you see that?
I saw that fucking photo.
Holy crap.
Just that.
I saw that by accident. I was like, what is that?
I said Nightmare Fuel. God damn.
He looked like Jason. I was like, what is that? The guy's crazy. I got to tell Saul. Saul's going to lose it. Me and Saul were talking about this like months ago. Saul's going to lose it. I got to tell Saul. Holy shit. That's what I meant to do. Holy crap.
I'm watching the video. You don't think I speak Spanish? Okay, he just walks away. But yeah, all right. Look at the tweet that happened on the official AAW Twitter account for the video in full context. Happened at 7:46 p.m. So you'll find it. It's just with the video. But that is absolutely crazy. I mean, if I was Moxley, I would be kind of pissed off too. I mean, I understand where he's coming from, but we just hope that Hangman gets better. Honestly, it looked a lot worse than what it was. I'm glad it was only just a concussion because it looked a lot worse. I thought it was a broken collarbone, and that takes a lot to come back from. Trust me, I know. So I mean, we had the triple threat. I know we're talking about all this stuff, and the triple threat thing happened. Dragunov runs around the whole ring and levels Breakker McDonah with a clothesline. Then unloads with a chop to Breakker. He gets caught by Breakker. Then a trade punches and forearms in the middle of the ring. Dragunov hits a German suplex and sets up in the corner for the Torpedo Moscow, but Braun spears him for the win. Now, I do want to recall a spot in the match where we saw a Torpedo Moscow to Bron Breakker. And the referee was in there. He was counting 1, 2. JD McDonagh, I don't know how the fuck this happened. But he slides in there and stops the referee's arm just as soon as he was about to hit the fucking mat. Slides his entire, basically, his just arm over under his, just to, stop him from counting that 3 on that mat. You have to have incredible fucking timing to get that right, because that was incredible. I never seen anything like that. You know the spot I'm talking about, right, Loft? Where he would just basically slit his arm underneath the ref's count.
Never saw anyone break up a pin like that.
Right. Okay. So yeah. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was just crazy the way that they did
thought
that.
He won. I thought he just slid in too late, and then I was like, I never saw anyone do that
for real.
Yeah. When he hit that Torpedo Moscow, I'm like, all right, this is gonna be the end of the match. 1, 2, and then I was like, oh my fuck.
It goes under his hand and stops him hitting the mat. That's like next level thinking right there.
Honestly, though, if I was the ref, he was still down. I would have just put my hand over the guy's arm. 3. I was already down.
Yeah.
Just do 3.
I guess.
Just do 3.
Yeah, as a ref, why did you stop? Because the 2 wrestlers you're focused on, the pin wasn't broken. So technically, why'd you stop?
The pin wasn't technically broken. You just got your cadence stopped. So just tap the mat. You're already down.
Wait, I think that goes for the same thing when they pull their leg out, because they can still tap the mat.
Yeah,
they just stop doing everything. They can still.
Well, here's the thing: when they pull the leg out of the referee when they're on the outside, they legitimately drag him out of the freaking ring and knock him the fuck out.
You can't hit the mat again at all.
But by the time they drag him out, the wrestlers already stopped the pinfall. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh yeah.
And normally when you're breaking up a pinfall, you're hitting the wrestlers. You're not really going after the ref unless it's just very special circumstances.
Unless you're a super heel and say, fuck it, let me knock the ref out.
Yeah.
Which would be me. I'd be the one to do that. Because the fuck you counting 3 for? You want me to lose my title? You want me to lose big gold? Who the fuck do you think you are?
That's one way. Shit.
Yeah, so I mean it was a great triple threat. I think 2 of these guys, like I said earlier, are just above NXT, and we gotta figure out ways to get people up onto the main roster without really sacrificing NXT too much, because yes, this roster is great. but you do want to have some kind of stuff that's like, that foundation of NXT. Or this
Yeah.
new version of NXT, I should say.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. Overall, NXT Halloween Havoc, it wasn't a bad show. It started off hot. It ended hot. But the middle, it kind of just... I'd say it plateaued. It wasn't down.
Yeah.
It kind of just plateaued, and it was kind of just, in the middle. It was a decent show.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Am I still gonna watch NXT though? Of course I am, because I promised myself after Halloween Havoc I'm gonna be watching NXT weekly, so I can actually get used to not only the booking, but to some of these characters. I will have to say,
This is a good Tuesday to watch, because I think there's the 2 tag championship matches.
yeah.
Hopefully both of them. Well, actually, no. Kaden and Katana can retain if it goes that way. But I need Pretty Deadly to lose. I hate them.
Who are they facing again? Pretty Deadly?
They're facing Malik and Idris.
Yeah.
Oh, they're retaining.
Why?
I
Malik and
Malik
Idris
and
are good. They're really good.
Listen, I've seen them as a tag team, and they have been good. But against Pretty Deadly, I don't know.
They're so. Oh God.
Made
my head hurt.
I will have to say though, this wasn't even a match. This was a segment that was legitimately wanting me to like. I don't even know what I could have done. Like I probably could have poked my eye out with a pen.
Phil,
wanted.
Say what you're gonna say. I'm gonna walk away.
I know exactly what he's about to say.
What do you think I'm gonna say? What do you think I'm gonna say?
Quincy, Shotzi, and Lash.
Yes, I am.
Nope. I'm going. Nope.
What was the purpose of that?
No.
I want to know what the purpose of that. Let me know. I'm trying to understand here. What was the purpose of it?
To set up the match against Shotzi and Lash on Tuesday. That's all it was. I was so confused on why people were so mad. It took up 5 minutes, if maybe 7. I was like, come on now.
Hey, I got to see Shotzi wearing that outfit. I wasn't mad as shit.
But was it like?
Shotzi,
but was it necessary?
They listen.
Listen, I'm giving Lash a chance. It wasn't Lash's fault.
Because first of all, only reason why I say it wasn't necessary.
It wasn't really anybody's fault. I just didn't understand the point of it.
I mean, you had to set up the last match.
Maybe this has been building, and it just culminates into tonight's
really
match.
No, this was just out of the blue.
Yeah, Quincy's a co-host for Shotzi, so that's why Quincy was out there.
Well, I know Quincy and Shotzi were running the whole thing. I knew that.
So the only thing it was for is for Shotzi and Lash to set up the match, so it just didn't pop up on Tuesday. That's all it was for. That's all it was.
All right. I mean,
the way people were talking about it, like it was out there taking 20 minutes up. I'm like, it didn't take that long.
Okay, it wasn't that.
Granted,
it wasn't as bad as
it was
that.
damn near the same length as the women's title match.
Yeah, no, I mean it wasn't like.
Yeah.
It wasn't as bad as what a lot of people were saying. I saw the backlash that I got. I just didn't understand it. That's really the only thing.
People do not understand Lash and more so Quincy's character. Mm-hmm. So that's going to immediately expect you to turn the TV off, which I understand why, even though I think it's genuinely fucking stupid, but I do understand why your brain immediately goes, well, not you, but like other people's brain immediately goes like, yeah, no.
To be completely honest, I just didn't understand it. That's the only reason why I didn't really think it should have been on the show. That's all. I at first I was thinking to myself in my head, I'm like, all right, well maybe this was just building and I haven't seen it, so it's just culminating tonight to get to a match next week. That's what I was thinking. but then
That's all it was. That's
but
all it
then
was.
I just figured it out.
I think
Yeah, I mean,
people deep dive it.
I
Maybe this
saw a
means
ton of
more.
I saw a ton of people on Twitter that were legitimately bashing Quincy and Lash, and I'm like, listen, I bash Lash, and honestly, that was a one-time thing because I didn't understand it, and I talked a lot about it on the show, so
Yeah.
we actually hashed it out, and it was fine, and I'm gonna give her a chance. I want to see her in the ring, so I'll be watching next week or Tuesday to figure it out. I don't think I've actually seen Quincy though in the ring yet, though. So maybe that's probably something I should look into.
That's why I'm confused about it too. Because Quincy and barring their personal lives aside, Quincy and Dream, their in-ring characters are very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you
Very,
can
very.
tell
I'm
that.
saying again, personal things aside, if
Yeah.
you enjoy what Dream was doing, you're most likely gonna dream like what Quincy's doing. It's not that it's not that similar. I mean, it's not that different. It's very similar.
I mean, they were both very flamboyant like characters,
Yeah.
and it. I mean,
I'm taking this as our second chance at Dream. If I'm being honest with you, that's not.
So
I'm
Quincy,
because
Quincy, you better not fuck up.
please,
All
Quincy,
right.
no, Quincy, please, don't do this to me. Because Dream did it to me and it broke my heart. Please, no, Quincy, please.
it honestly hurt me when I heard
That man
all
had the
that.
world in the palm of his fucking
Dude,
hands,
right
bro.
Just
Right
there.
fucking
Patrick
there.
Clark, what happened, bro?
It
Well,
just
no,
got
we
bad.
know what happened. We
Yeah.
know what happened.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But why? Why
just got
why
bad.
did you do that? You had everything,
No,
bro.
it just got bad real fast. And even so, then like the stuff that happened afterwards wasn't helping. And then it was just like, okay, now it's just
And then all of a sudden Drake got into the mix. Not your Drake, the other Drake in NXT.
yeah.
Do you know about that, TJ?
What other Drake?
We'll tell you after.
There's a Drake
But-
in NXT.
We'll tell you after. It
Are you
was a
talking about
referee.
EC3?
No.
Oh,
Oh,
It-
oh,
it-
I know what
it's-
you're talking about.
It's a referee.
okay. But is it still involved with that EC3 stuff that he was talking about?
Kinda.
Well, I
'Cause
didn't
I
hear about.
don't
I
know
didn't hear about
how.
that part.
But I listened to that whole live of Dreams.
Yeah, that was something. That was
That was funny. He was like,
Tell him, Michael, about the stuff you were doing, the stuff you were putting up your nose.
I was so
I-
uncomfortable. I
I didn't hear about that part. I
Oh.
heard something completely different between Drake.
No, Phil, it got bad. It got really bad fast.
Oh, all right.
June
Well,
got in
I
the
guess,
car.
I
He
guess you
started
guys
talking.
got something to tell me after. Wait.
One of these
So
days, we got to
terrible
do an
things.
unfiltered Wrestle Talk stream where we just chop shop, like unfiltered, uncensored, all that
Just
shit.
just imagine
Y'all
10
got that.
people.
I'm not.
You know how fast I'm gonna be simping in the first 5 seconds.
Just imagine 10 people on here just shooting the shit about random ass things.
That's gonna go left. That's gonna go.
That
left.
would be a crazy episode of Tuesday's Talk, but not a lot of people are available on Tuesdays. So
that's the
Perfect time to do it then.
That would be
Yeah.
entertaining as all hell, but oh my god, that could go that fast.
Mm-hmm.
that would definitely not be a news type of Tuesday's Talk. That would just be like, yeah, no, like fuck you. No. Well, fine, fuck you. And then it's just like, well, yeah, no.
Oh no, man.
Oh man. Guys, that was Halloween Havoc. We're gonna get the hell out of here.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of fun talking with both of you guys about NXT. NXT, it's back. I mean, it's been here, but it's back. I'm gonna be back watching it on a weekly basis. And we'll see where it goes. NXT deadline though in December. I don't know what the fuck that's gonna look like, but we'll see. If it's anything like Roadblock into the line, we'll see where that goes. Remember that pay-per-view? That was disgusting. I think that was like Triple H and Dean Ambrose.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was actually, yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. And then that was the year Triple H and Roman happened. But yeah, that's it, guys. Have a good rest of the night. Stay safe. God bless, and I'll see you tomorrow for talking about CM Punk possibly getting bought out of his I was gonna say NXT contract. See, I gotta go to fucking sleep. Imagine Punk on NXT. Be disgusting.
Oh no!
That happened before, actually.
Really?
When?
Seth and Punk tag team match. When Seth was NXT champion and Punk was WWE champion.
I should remember that then. Yeah. Huh. Crazy times during the early days of NXT, where Dusty Rhodes was that, he was that dude, basically booking all the show. It was crazy. It was a fun time. Thank you guys. Have a good rest of the night. Stay safe. God bless, and we will talk to you later.